This week, coming up from the ashes.
So if they had a Xenomorph versus Master Chief game crossover come out, you'd be set in
I would 100% buy that.
Set in a Monster Hunter world.
We get xenomorph-ized Monster Hunter monsters. That'd be awesome. With Master Chief crashing down from space like how he did in Halo 3, and then Grimlock's there for no reason. Absolute cinema.
Yeah, and then for some odd reason, you just see freaking Metal Sonic run across the background. Like, what the heck was that?
Yep. See. Now this is the video game that needs to be made.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Absolutely. Yep. IPs, what's that? We'll get sued. Doesn't matter. It's too cool.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome back to From the Ashes podcast. We've got Ocean giggling in the background. I don't know why. I think he finally... Never mind. Anyways, so on that note, I am here today with Ocean, as you could hear, and with Grim. Yes, that is right. We don't have Arson here. I don't know why. I think he ended up getting in a tragic couch accident that landed him in the hospital. And Noodles. And instead of that, we got my bad game bro in here with me. And so we were giving well wishes to Arson. I hope he gets back from his recovery. I was told he got a couch cushion stuck somewhere where it's impossible to get stuck, but I guess we'll have to talk about that later.
The deep
dive.
dive.
There must be misinformation spreading around, because I heard that it fell on him like you know how in cartoons, like when the piano falls from like the 9th story. I heard it was like that.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's by cartoon logic, he should be back next week. So on that note, today we are flying by the whatever of our seat. We're literally changing up the topic again this week. So Transformers is being held off once again, which that's going to be the Grim show, much like this one. But Grim, why don't you tell us what the topic is today?
All right, you play a game, you look at, you see a game, right? You see the cover art, you see a cool looking thing on the cover art, you're like, that looks sick, I want to play this, all right? That's it. That's all we're talking about. Just cool designs in video games. It can be the main character, it can be just random bits of like the world in the game. Doesn't matter, as long as it is a cool design and you like it, you are free reign to talk about it.
So Skins and Dead by Daylight are free reign then?
I mean, yeah, that's totally fair.
Because I do have one to talk about that's coming out in a couple weeks. That's in the PTB right now, but we'll get to that later. But so since Grim thought of this topic, I'm going to give him first reign and tell me why it's going to be something about Monster Hunter.
You know what? Just to be nice, I was going to start with something else, but fine, because you asked for it. All right, so basically, when it goes, when the team is creating a monster for Monster Hunter, right? They combine elements of animals and then just random like objects, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a monster called Valstrax. It's based on, I forgot the type of hawk, but it's a hawk that like dives into the water, will grab fish out of the water, and then like breaks the tension of the water without losing any speed, right? I forget the name of the hawk, but it's based on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, strap jet engines to its wings. That's basically Valstrax. It's a fusion of that type of hawk. And it hunts like that type of hawk. Like, the first time you see Valstrax, it's actually in the intro cutscene to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, or GU, and it is scanning the water while, going like supersonic speeds, and then it dives down into the water, grabs a poor little Ludroth. They're basically like sponge lizards. He just grabs one of them, takes it all the way up to like this Devil Towers looking peak, and then just drops it in its nest and then kills it and starts eating it. But that's the entire concept for pretty much every single monster. You take a real life thing that did exist or still exists, and then you add something not like not organic to it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite monsters. His name is Seregios, right? Everyone calls him Steve. He is
Steve?
based on his name's Steve. He's based on I can't remember the name of the falcon, but his feet and his legs are they're very like falcon, eagle, harpy, kind of like that shape, right? They have like the X, like the cross, okay? And you know how there's that one type of falcon that specializes in like drop kicking whatever it wants to kill and then eating it, like it like dive bombs and then kicks them, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think
That's-
eagles do that too, don't they? Some eagles.
I think so. Yeah. But that's what Steve does. But he also has another twist where if whatever he's trying to kill doesn't die from the drop kick, he has thousands of scales that he can like throw. Like how you know how everyone's like, oh, porcupines shoot their quills, but they don't actually shoot their quills. Well, it's literally like that. Where I was gonna call him Steve Seregios can Falcon from the MCU. You know how he like throws his like little wing shard things.
Yeah.
Seregios can do that, and he'll shoot these tiny scales that are razor sharp. And he's actually the very first monster in the series that introduces the mechanic of bleed, where you get hit by the scale, you start bleeding, you have to crouch down and like hold your wounds to make the bleeding stop, and you start recovering health back.
Okay.
But like that again, there's so many other monsters I could go into, but I don't want to talk for most of the episode. So, Ocean, your turn.
He's like,
All right. Meow. Roof. Noodles.
hot dog.
I'm gonna go with a Space Marine. The one that came out like just a year ago. That's pretty good.
Okay. Tell me about it, because
Just
I've not
follow
played
that.
it, so
So basically you play a Space Marine called Titus, and you just drop into an absolute war zone to do missions fighting giant aliens or basically demons and such. And the armor's pretty good, and then the overall just visuals are pretty good.
okay.
What's your favorite chapter?
The Templars are pretty interesting.
That's fair. Yeah. Nice, solid, just black and white. That's a good color scheme.
Yeah.
Well,
I
at
love
least-
the Tyranids. They're my. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying at least you know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. You love the what?
I love the Tyranids. They're everyone calls them like bug dinosaur things, but like they're way more dinosaur than they are bug. Like yeah, they can have chitin type like shells and stuff, but think of like Dragonborns on steroids, and instead of scales, they have like hard like plating, and yeah, no, they're crazy. I love the Tyranids. They're so cool.
So, just to recap, you like these creatures you equated to dinosaurs.
Pretty much, yeah.
Imagine
Who
that.
would have thought?
Wow. Well, I guess if Ocean's done with that, I've got one, So of course I'm gonna, much like Grim, I've got my favorite series of games and stuff like that, and a lot of times it falls into the Final Fantasy category, and I think like the sword designs that they do on like say from 7 and up, are really good. Like Cloud's Buster Sword. I think it's freaking awesome. It's twice the size, but it's awesome. But I think the one that, and I know people may get at me at this one because I also put Sora into that Final Fantasy category because Sora is Final Fantasy, even though he's also Disney-esque or whatever. but his Keyblade is one of those things that you would say that's part of that sword, collection, I guess. But the one I'm thinking is the one from 8, and that's the Gunblade. The Gunblade is so cool looking. It's just, looks like a revolver with a really big sword on it. Like it's as simple as that, and it shoots. Like, can't get better than that. Like, I mean, it's a really good sword, and Squall uses that. Or, well, of course you don't call him Squall in the other games, but he is Squall. I don't care what anybody says, but anyways, but he uses the Gunblade, and I think it's just a really cool looking sword. So, no one can change my mind about that. It's much like, if we're talking in like matters of this design, you can also say, like, I don't know. I really like Link's shield. The way the shield is designed in there. I think it looks
Shield looks good.
Yeah.
I do like the shield.
I think the shield is very iconic for the game. So I think literally, those go hand in hand to me. The designs, excuse me, of the shield, of the swords. The Master Sword, it's okay. I mean, I know it's the greatest sword in Link history, but I'm just saying, like, I've seen better.
I think the case when it comes to stuff like the Master Sword is that, like, it's a simple design, and simple can mean good, but with how important of a relic that it's supposed to be, I think it's a little bit too simple. Now, you could say it's classic and, like, timeless. I'd agree with that, but I wouldn't say that it's more iconic than, some other swords. But we have a whole nother episode on that.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying though is the shield definitely looks better than the sword to me.
Oh yeah. I agree.
That's why I led with the shield, not the sword, because the sword is an iconic piece in video game history. I'll give it that, but it's lackluster to me in its design. I mean, it looks okay, and you guys know, like, especially Grim knows how I feel about Link and Legend of Zelda. So, but that's what I think. Is that's my opener right there. So, Grim, what about you, man? Go back to why you think Monster Hunter is the greatest. No, I'm kidding.
I was gonna say, I'll try and spice it up a little bit if you want, but by all means, I'll always go back to Monster Hunter.
I know.
So, Risk of Rain 2 is, number one, it's a great game. Number two, it's an amazing soundtrack. But a lot of the characters I think are super interesting because only 2 characters technically show their face. And one of them is, shocker, he looks like a dinosaur. He's a pink, like, it's kind of hard to describe. So he's supposed to be 5% of every single thing in the known universe. That is what he's supposed to be made of, right? And he looks like a dinosaur without scales. So he looks kind of like it looks almost like a scaleless kind of naked dinosaur, but kind of around the size of a gorilla. He's got massive claws, and he has an incredibly poisonous, just caustic. It's poisonous. It's acidic. It's just super bad. Like drool, spit, whatever you want to call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his name is Acrid. He's also got little porcupine quills on his back. I absolutely love him. He's my 3rd favorite character to play in the entire game. He has some really interesting skins. One of them turns him into an iguana, which looks fun. And when one of the only other things that I genuinely like more than dinosaurs, right, is rock golems. Okay? Now, imagine this. Risk of Rain has a rock golem wielding a giant sword.
Huh.
Peak cinema. His name is the False Sun. His design is supposed to, like, reminisce a very broken down and crumbling statue that came to life, right? And even, like, with how he walks in game and stuff, you get that, because, like, he doesn't like carry his sword, like, on his shoulder. He drags his sword. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
it shows that he's, like, very, like, while the actual like life of the false sun might be fairly new, he's in a very ancient body, and I really like that a lot, and I really like how that
So would it
correlates
remind
into his design.
would it remind you of kind of like a pyramid head type of dragged sword behind? You know, from like Silent Hill.
Kind of, but because Risk of Rain's a lot more of like a fast-paced game, he drags it like a lot more like urgently than Pyramid Head. Because he's got to like run with it and stuff. But yeah, no, like he just drags it behind him, and of course, you know, he's the highest melee damager in the entire game per swing. Anyway, there's obviously characters that swing faster than him, but like I love that his sword feels incredibly powerful too, and his sword is, I don't want to say it's simple, but it gets the point across. It is literally just a handle and then like a slightly designed, it's got like a curved end that kind of like it's like a half circle for like the very end of the blade, and then like kind of curves in a bit and then goes into the actual handle, you know? And it's just a giant chunk of stone like that, and it's just it's awesome. What else? Commando. He's the first survivor that you play as. He's like a very stereotypical kind of like soldier. He's got like an astronaut helmet. He's got yellow and orange for like his main colors. He's a very simple design, but one that is incredibly effective. And he's one of my favorite designs in the entire game, especially right behind Acrid and False Sun. I think there's only one person I like more than him, which is Captain. But yeah, I think Risk of Rain is really good when it comes to their designs. The only character whose design that I don't really like all that much would probably be Sniper, because she's a sniper. Shocker, I know, but like her gun doesn't look very interesting. She has a massive backpack, and I get why she has it, but it's just not really for me.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Whoever else wants to go.
Well, that's interesting. How you bring that up about like certain characters and stuff like that, but it's funny how the sniper is a sniper, and you know, just like okay. But yeah. Ocean, do you got another one for us, man?
Sure. So Doom Guy has always looked pretty good, but this new one they came out with, he looks pretty sick.
I love the design. I don't like the fact that he doesn't have armor on his biceps. Like, I get it, you know, roid rage, whatever. But it's like, dude, you would look so much nicer and so much... This is why the Doom 2016 suit is my favorite.
Oh, Doom.
Because he looks... Yeah, sorry. It just looks the best. It just looks... I know people make the joke, oh, it's Master Chief. But it's like, no, he looks different enough from Master Chief. But... The one I don't like is the Doom Eternal one. I don't like how he looks in that. But the Dark Ages one is great because that cape looks sick.
I'm just saying that the digital, like the graphics of that, man, like looks so good. When we watched Arson playing that, just absolutely wonderful. The whole game looked really great. Just the designs and stuff in there of all the characters. They just, yeah, you wouldn't think that spawned from the original Doom game ever. Like Doom was, you know, just a dungeon crawler that, you know, and that's definitely, yeah, it's definitely different. But I'll tell you what, I do want to bring this up because the design of Mario has got to be one of the best, like ever. Like when you get a character that literally launches your company. You know, and like it's like he goes from Jumpman to he jumped straight forward into like the spotlight, you know, and Mario's designs have varied over the years. I really liked his design in Odyssey. I think he it was a really good design. I mean, granted, yes, it's Mario, but the things like with the hat, I thought the hat was pretty cool. You know, and stuff like that. So, but I just wanted to kind of say that to say this. One of my favorite designs out there is from the game Assassin's Creed. I love the way that the assassin in the game looks, like the hood, like mainly. Like I love the hood. The way that they put so much emphasis on the hood. That is to me very iconic as well. And when you see that, like anytime I see a hooded figure, I especially in a white like cloak or something, I 100% think Assassin's Creed, you know, like that. And when I think of Assassin's Creed, I think of the Benny Hill theme song, because when I first played that, I had a couple friends around playing it with me. Well, they were watching me play it. We'd take turns and stuff. And you know how you can get a bunch of people chasing you?
Mm-hmm.
So I'd get a bunch of people chasing me, and then I'd kill them all. You know, they're like, just gather them up and just, let's see how many I can get at one time. And I think, I don't know, it had to be at least 50 of them that I took out. But these guys chasing you, like it wasn't me doing it, it was somebody else doing it. And so as he's being chased, I pull up on YouTube the Benny Hill theme song and play it to him being chased. And we got a really big laugh out of that. But anyways, yeah, that to me is a very iconic thing when it comes to graphic design, is that hood. You won't see an Assassin's Creed without somebody with that hood, right? That I know of, like, or at least something like that. Like really, I've never seen one without it, you know? So what are your guys' thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the most iconic looks in gaming. If I had to say it like in a ranking, it would definitely be in the top 15, because yeah, like whenever you see someone with a hood, like just kind of like, you know, prowling or like sneaking around, first thing that comes to mind is those first Assassin's Creed games.
Which were the best. At least in my opinion. You know, I got that Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I got it for like when it was fairly new. There was a deal at there was a deal at GameStop, and I got the PS5 version for $15. It still has never been even inserted into my PS5. So it's just, you know, one of those things. But yeah, I have not even remotely given that a chance yet.
It's a fun game.
Is it?
I like it because, well, as far as like once they changed everything, I think it's the best one since they made it a different game basically.
Yeah. Well, you know, I know a lot of people go towards the Black Flag as one of the best.
It is the best one.
To me, because I've only played the first couple, I have a really big fancy for the first one. I love the first one. It introduced the series, and it's just such a good solid game, and it leaves you like wanting more so bad. And it's like, oh my gosh, what the heck is with this ending? You know, it's like, but yeah, I need to get Black Flag, or because I've never played it, you know, but I hear, especially from like ones like Arson, that says how Black Flag is like the pinnacle of like pirating games, you know. So, but that brings us back to Grim, unless you guys have anything else to say about Assassin's Creed Hood. What do you think about the Hood, Ocean, real quick?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
So you know, he's literally doing something else as well. I appreciate Ocean even being in here, because it's not even his week. Even though he missed his week, he's filling in, and I appreciate that, brother. But my question is what do you think about the Hood, like that's in Assassin's Creed? Like, you know,
I think they're usually pretty good. I like that there's usually at least some sort of subtle detail change between games or different aesthetics. Then be different colors, but yeah, they normally look pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. But one thing I don't agree with Graham, it'd be the top 15. I think it'd be more in the top 10. I think. But who knows? Like I'm not an expert in the field. It's just it's more opinionated, right? So
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah. So, but all right, Graham. Well, what's your next take? And tell me why it. Never mind. I'm not even gonna say that again.
I was gonna say, don't worry, this one isn't Monster Hunter.
It's Master
Best
Chief.
character in the entire franchise. Well, don't worry, he's coming up.
Oh,
Best
okay.
character in the entire franchise, Metal Sonic. Solely because Metal Sonic has the coolest design out of anyone in the entire Sonic franchise.
I mean, he does have a cool design.
I am a sucker for one, robot copies, and two, evil doppelgangers. Right? Get that loser Shadow out of here. All right, get him out of here. All right, Metal Sonic single-handedly is the coolest character in the entire Sonic franchise. His base form, absolutely baller. Neo Metal, absolutely baller. Metal Overlord, that's not even Metal Sonic at that point, and that's still peak cinema. That's a Metal Dragon. Metal Sonic is so cool, and I am so sad because Sega has just forgotten him. They're like, nope, we're gonna take the coolest thing ever, and we're just gonna put him into the trash bin. And it's like, ah.
Well, let's revisit something real quick because he said that the one Metal Sonic is like a dragon, which is kind of like a dinosaur. So everything he's talked about has a dinosaur relation to it so
Okay,
far.
You're stretching on the Metal Sonic one, but fair. This one is slightly reptilian-esque. Dinosaur. Grim is so predictable, guys.
You
Grim
are.
is
When in
so
doubt, he will
predictable.
dinosaur it out.
Or transformer it out.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite character of all time is both a dinosaur and a robot. So
yeah, I know. Grimlock,
Yeah.
it's your namesake.
Mhm.
So I get that, but I will say this: I do like Metal Sonic a lot. He is introduced in my favorite Sonic game, which I've talked about. And because it has the coolest soundtrack of any other Sonic. I don't care who you are, who tells me otherwise.
Rush better.
No, I'm sorry. Nope. Sonic CD has the best. Like, you can't tell me otherwise. Sorry. Like, we won't.
I mean,
go
it's
into
good, but then again, no Sonic game has bad music. So
Sonic Boom is like the best song in all of Sonic Land. You know what I mean? Like, I'd pay good rings to hear that thing again. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Like, Metal Sonic has such an amazing aesthetic. He's such a good design.
I think that the thing that really sends him home the most is how terrifying he looks from a frontwards perspective.
Oh.
Those just solid red eyes on the black background are like I'm just saying, if I was a Mobian and I saw him, I'd be convinced that I'd be dead. I'm just saying.
Well, he looks even more menacing on the older graphics too. Just the way the square blocks and stuff. I mean, just the way he looks, like he just looks more menacing, So I like that. I 100% agree with you on that one. So, but that's a really good pick right there. Ocean, what do you think? Do you like or dislike his pick?
I haven't really ever done much with it, so I don't really have an opinion one way or another.
Yeah. So Sonic's like whatever.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, I know what Sonic is. I
Well,
think I
yeah,
watched a TV show when I was a kid, but past that, like, I've never played any games.
Oh wow.
Jeez.
Well, see, it was great because I came up in a time when all these characters came out, and I got to experience Sonic. Well, to be fair, I think the first game I played Sonic was Sonic 2. But we've talked about this, I'm pretty sure. But yes, I think Sonic 2 was my first game I played. It may have been Sonic 1, but I'm pretty sure Sonic 1 came out on the Master System first. So I'm not 100% sure though. Don't quote me on that. But but yeah, I mean that is a solid pick. I do like Metal Sonic a lot. All right, Ocean. Next.
think I'm gonna go with Skyrim Elder Scrolls. Between the scenery, armor, and weapons, it just looks really good.
Yeah. So have you? Or I can't remember if we talked about this or not. Are you gonna play the new release of was it Oblivion? Are you planning on getting that?
I want the game, but I don't want to spend $50 on it.
Yeah, I remember that conversation. Because Oblivion, the new release of Oblivion looks really good.
Yeah.
The graphics are very aesthetically pleasing. But Skyrim, I agree with you. Skyrim, I don't have as much experience in Skyrim as some people. I played it. I played a lot of it. Didn't finish it. Because it was more introduced to me around the time when I started getting into more multiplayer stuff with people. It was like, okay, so for those that don't know, I took a big hiatus from gaming for the most part, newer games, because first of all, I was married and she was not a gamer. And second of all, I would play games like MMOs, like Guild Wars was like my favorite game to play. Which, matter of fact, Guild Wars aesthetics are really good too, but I'll maybe talk about that later. Um, but so when I got divorced is when I actually started experiencing different stuff. I was introduced to Elder Scrolls, Skyrim, when I was in visiting a friend when I was still married, but I didn't really play it like too much until afterwards. So, and by that time I was playing games by myself, and then lo and behold, that one fateful day I started playing GTA and met a bunch of friends and kickstarted everything in my Discord. It was pretty cool. But after that, I kind of shy away from one player games. I'll play them from time to time, but I'd rather play with people. So, but Skyrim, it's a good one. So why don't you touch on that a little, Ocean, about some of your favorite stuff in that, like with the scenery and the weapons and whatnot.
So for like the weapons and armor, I like that you can customize it a lot. And the Daedric definitely looks the best
Mm-hmm.
in the game. Ebony looks pretty good, and all the rest kind of looks like trash, but that's beside the point. Um, but yeah, those are really sick. They're mostly black. They're aesthetically pleasing, and the scenery's really well put together from the cities it holds to just being out and about. There's just a lot of detail to it that a
Yeah,
lot of games don't put in.
yeah. What's your take, Grim?
I've never played Skyrim or Elder Scrolls, so I don't have anything to say.
Fair enough.
He's like, I have nothing to say about that.
There's no dinosaurs in Skyrim. I don't like it.
but there's dragons, which that's like a dinosaur. No?
He's like, oh well, maybe now I'll play.
Especially so, my favorite thing to do in Skyrim when I did play it, what brought me to Skyrim more than anything, because I was a wrestling fan, and when you had the mod that you could put in there, that's the Macho Man Dragon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like that is literally. I think it'd be funny if he bit into somebody. He's like, oh yeah, snap into a Slim Jim.
oh yeah, that'd be funny.
But
It's funny because that mod's in just about every Bethesda game, because it's in Fallout 4 too. There's always a Macho Man mod.
now, but I think Skyrim's the one that kicked that off, though.
Maybe, I don't know, but either way, there's always one. Now.
Yeah. So I find that's like, my cousin, she plays Skyrim and she mods everything to the T. Like, she was like, oh yeah, we could play Fallout 4 together, or whatever it is we were gonna play together. She's like, but here's my mod list, and it was like 500 different
3
mods.
pages.
No, it was like 500 mods. I am not kidding you.
Jeez.
And I'm like, what the heck? That's like when we were playing. What was that game? Oh my gosh, it's like a 16-bit graphic game, but it's what is that called? Where you like build a house and farm and go meet people. Anyways, that game, what is that called?
Terraria,
Stardew Valley. That's it. So when it comes to that, she had like 100 or so mods into Stardew Valley, and I'm like, why? She's like, it's all changing colors and making things look pretty and this and that. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. So, which, Stardew Valley is another one that's actually aesthetically pleasing, but not for everybody because a lot of people don't like to play like the old school graphic looking games. But yeah. So, all right. Well, Skyrim's a good choice, man. I do like the graphics and some of that stuff too. It's funny because, I've mentioned this before 100%. But Chad's like the expert in Skyrim. Like it cracks me up because as he's going through like the game and he's played it since its launch, like he was there in the midnight launch to get it. So every time he plays the game, it's funny, like especially when we lived in Indiana because we didn't have I couldn't just hide downstairs like I usually do. He'd be in there in the living room playing the game, and I just hear him talking about like, oh, here's where the sword is. I got to go talk to this guy. Let me go kill this person that stands there. It's like, man, every odd. He's like, oh, let me go get the hidden the mod chest or whatever it is, or what it's a developer's chest or something like that. So it's like, okay, well, you go there first and get a bunch of good stuff that the developers put in, and bam. All right. So, that's my outtake on that. But I'll tell you what, let me just go ahead and get this out of the way. And because I got about one more after this probably that I could talk about, but we'll just go ahead and do this now. So the game that you guys have been so patiently waiting for me to bring up, because I always bring up Dead by Daylight. So you shut up. So
no dinosaurs are Dead by Daylight.
Not yet.
I got something to say about that. Hold on. Go.
Okay.
Fine.
Well, don't tell me to hold on and then it's like, go ahead.
Yeah, no, just go. I'll save it for when you're done.
Okay. So anyways, as I was saying, Dead by Daylight has it's in PTB right now as of this recording. But we've got the 9th anniversary coming out like in the next couple weeks. And for the 9th anniversary, we have Five Nights at Freddy's. And I've seen some of the aesthetics. I actually played some of the PTB for a couple hours, and man, the map. So they used, if you guys listened to the DVD episode a couple weeks ago that Arson and I did, they actually did use the Garden of Joy, map setting, the realm for the map of Five Nights at Freddy's. It's beautiful. Like the way they did the pizzeria, Freddy Fazbear's pizzeria, looks really good. It's very aesthetically pleasing, especially because there's a gin in the middle. If you finish that gin, then the the animatronics, that we always talk about, like, and all that stuff, like that came from various sources, like, Showtime Pizza was one of them, and what the heck, why can't I think of that right now? Chuck E. Cheese. So Freddy Fazbear and two of the people in the game, the animatronics, are up there on the stage. If you finish the gin in the middle, it kickstarts them up there on the stage, and they're up there playing music, and it's really cool to see. Just like, it brought back a lot of memories from my childhood when they had the animatronic stuff, when it was really heavily saturated into that kind of stuff. Like I said, Showbiz Pizza was one of them, and whatnot. Which I think Showbiz Pizza, well, Freddy Fazbear and Five Nights at Freddy's is more based on Showbiz Pizza than it is on Chuck E. Cheese to me. To me, at least. I could be wrong. Please don't skin me alive, FNAF fans out there, for me saying that. Or if you agree with me, then let me know. But when it comes to that, they showed Springtrap. Springtrap looks so good. The one thing you can say about Dead by Daylight is their DBD is very aesthetically pleasing when it comes to their models of their killers and stuff. Some of their survivors are like a couple of them look weird. Especially some of the legendary skins. I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, for real, the Five Nights at Freddy's chapter that's coming out in the next couple weeks is gonna like blow your mind when it comes to some of the aesthetics in there. It's really good. So I know you guys have a lot to say about that, so I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and talk.
No dinosaurs.
Okay, and that brings us back to Grim.
Yeah. Okay, so
nice segue there, Ocean.
Dredge, right? I remember Dredge had like some sort of like fan competition for a custom skin, right?
Yeah.
And I think the crustacean one ended up winning, right? Or was it the? It might have been the Roman one where it's like war is hell or whatever.
I can't remember. To be honest,
I saw a dinosaur themed Dredge skin, and it was so cool because the head was like a Dilophosaurus. You could see like tons of random dinosaur fossils in the back, and the claw, it wasn't a
the claw.
it wasn't like a
Sorry.
it wasn't like a Velociraptor claw, what you would expect, right?
Yeah.
It was a Therizino claw, which if you know what a Therizinosaur is, it's a herbivore that has massive massive claws, right? So the fact that they chose something that isn't like, scary carnivore, like that's really cool. And I'll see if I could find like the fan art or whatever. But it was so cool. And then I found out it didn't win, and now I hate Dead by Daylight.
Mm.
But the crab skin for Dredge, absolutely phenomenal. I love that skin so much.
Stand the Dredge. Well, there are rumors and there is speculation that there is a Jurassic Park chapter coming out, and there's also talks of it being the Velociraptor as the killer. But we'll have to wait on that because, for all I know, like there's a lot of rumors about a lot of stuff when it comes to that game. Like a lot of people started a lot of stuff. But these were leaks that were supposedly real, and they had stuff and pictures and stuff, but nothing has come of it yet. So, but what I will say real quick is, I just to touch on the DBD episode from 2 weeks ago. There's a new rumor going around about the November licensed chapter release because there's a new killer and 2 new survivors, and people are saying it's going to be Predator. So we're gonna have an Arnold skin in there too.
Not the island. Gotcha.
Yeah, not the island. Oh gosh, please don't bring that. but yeah. But that's the rumor mill. Like I just seen something on that. Like, and it makes sense because they've been talking about like there's been hints about Alien versus Predator. And it's kind of funny. They said last year when they came out with The Unknown and had his map where the movie theater is, if you looked at the cabinets on the arcade games, it led to some of the releases that came out, and it wasn't like named like 100%, but it was literally like on there like pretty well. So the what this guy's saying is he was going through some of the new map for Five Nights at Freddy's, and of course there's arcade cabinets in there, and there's some stuff on there, like there's one that could be possibly a Spider Lady coming to DBD, but the one that I found more interesting was the Alien versus Predator type of theme. It was a Predator theme with like 2 army guys on the cabinet with fighting an alien or whatever, I don't know. But it looked pretty interesting. So I'm thinking that could be coming soon. If not this year, it may be. Well, it could be the licensed chapter next year. So I don't know though. I would like to see it's a jungle themed realm with it. That'd be kind of cool. But I don't know.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So But yeah, that's pretty much it on my DBD rant. So I look forward to seeing the Five Nights at Freddy's release and the umpteen million freaking FNAF killer we're gonna see throughout the whole time. So, anyways, Grim, one last one.
Isn't it Ocean's turn though?
No,
Has Ocean?
Ocean just
No.
went, and then I went, and now it's your turn.
Oh, okay. I could end this with Monster Hunter.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. All right. So Halo. All right. I'm going to be incredibly biased here. Master Chief. I'm not a super big fan of the combat evolved like suit for him. I think the visor looks a little bit too big, but that Halo 2, the first person shooter I ever played. Master Chief single-handedly has the coolest power armor to ever exist. I don't care. Big Daddy from BioShock looks cool, get out of here. Space Marines looks cool, get out of here. What's it called? The stuff from Fallout. Is it just called power armor?
Yeah.
I think it is. Get that out of here. It looks awesome. Get out of here. All right. Doesn't matter. Mjolnir Mark 6, single-handedly the coolest power armor to ever exist. The design for all of the weapons, phenomenal. Peak cinema. And I say this 100% truthfully. All right. The Sangheili from Halo, and the what are they called? The Ugoi, I think. Ungoi. So the elites and the grunts from Halo, right?
Never
are
played it, so I don't know.
Favorite. I know, but they are my favorite alien designs of all time. And this is coming from a guy who I have a poster, I have a few figures, and like I have a running joke with Assassin that like I've adopted every single xenomorph in existence. Xenomorphs are one of my favorite aliens of all time, and I still think the elites and the grunts are better than both of them. Predators are like okay, but they're not nearly as cool as xenomorphs.
So if they had a Xenomorph versus Master Chief game crossover come out, you'd be set in
I would 100% buy that.
Set in a Monster Hunter world.
Yo! We get xenomorph-ized Monster Hunter monsters. That'd be awesome. With Master Chief crashing down from space like how he did in Halo 3, and then Grimlock's there for no reason. Absolute cinema.
Yeah, and then for some odd reason, you just see freaking Metal Sonic run across the background. Like, what the heck was that?
Yep. See. Now this is the video game that needs to be made.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No,
absolutely.
It doesn't.
Yep. IPs. What's that? We'll get sued. Doesn't matter. It's too cool.
Just don't put Mario in there, or else it'll just sit in limbo forever.
Oh, I was about to say that's one line that's a little too far.
Yeah. You see Pokemon out there, or I was gonna say Pikachu and Pokemon together. Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Hey, that's what we could call him. Pokemon.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But I just love a lot when it comes to Halo. I love the design of all of the Flood. I love the I just love how the rings look. Like, yeah, they're rings, but they have entire ecosystems inside them to preserve the life that's inside the ring, while the ring eradicates all life outside of it. And it's just so cool. It's just so cool. I absolutely adore the design choices for Halo.
Well, fair enough. Like I said, I haven't really I've never played Halo, so but what about you, Ocean? Have you ever played Halo?
I've played all the Halos.
Oh.
I think they're pretty good. I've even played the Halo Wars. I like it all.
Even though the new one pretty much about killed the series, right? From what I
No, the new one is actually taking it out of the new one is taking it out of being dead because the show is what tried to kill it.
Yeah. Well, Halo 5 tried to kill it, if that's what you're talking about.
Is that
Halo
the Infinite?
Was awesome.
Oh,
yeah,
Infinite.
Infinite is really good. Halo 5 is what was awful.
So I'll say this. Infinite trailer that I saw like a year before the game launched, it looked so good. I actually flat out said that may be the game that I actually play. Like I literally was thinking about picking up the Halo, and that's when I added the Halo Master Chief Edition to my wish list, which I think has since been taken off. But that would have been the game to get me to play because it looked really good. Just by the trailer.
It looked. Yeah.
So, but all right. Well, with that being said, Ocean, you got one last one for us, bud?
I'll go kind of a different direction. Borderlands is pretty good. I know the first one is pretty simple and basic, but over time they got better and better. There's a lot of color to it, a lot of visual effects that they did pretty good with.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I played some of Borderlands 1. It was obviously it was the one where that looks so fake though. Sorry. Like
Borderlands 1.
No, I wasn't talking about you. I'm sorry. It was Graham posted at the same time in podcast text the Chimera Carnage Dredge outfit, and I'm like, sure. But anyways, back to
Okay. Well, yeah, because Dredge looks realistic to begin with.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
He just needed to come back to dinosaurs.
What is there to say? Like, it's just a cool design.
He's like dinosaur.
Literally, that's all you need.
All right.
I love dinosaur.
Anyway, back to Borderlands.
So I played the first one like after they re-released it or whatever and put the multiplayer version in there where you can play more than one player with, well, at least two people. I can't remember if it was more than that.
It was always multiplayer.
Not the original one wasn't. Like from what I understand, they came out with this like other edition that like introduced the multiplayer.
I mean, there's more than one edition, but I'm pretty sure it always had multiplayer.
Well, either way, that's the first one I got to play. I played the first one. We played it through for a little while, but got sidetracked and was doing other stuff and never came back to it. Now the person that actually I played that with is not even in my Discord anymore. So, I don't even play it. But Borderlands as a whole looks pretty good. Now, I don't know about the movie. That looked like trash to me. But
yeah, I was holistically just uninterested in watching them butcher one of my favorite game series.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch it.
If I wanted to go watch a bad movie, I'd go watch a bad movie about somebody not being.
I would go watch the Doom movie with The Rock.
No, I was gonna go one further. I wasn't even gonna say the title of the movie, but I would go watch a movie where a guy gets shot in the leg with an arrow and doesn't feel it. Trying to save his girlfriend or whatever woman he loves. What is that movie, Ocean? Do you remember?
No, I didn't hear what you said.
He don't listen to me. I said if I wanted to go watch a trash movie, I'd go watch a movie about a normal office guy that can't feel any pain.
Ah, yes. Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolts, that's it. Yep.
Oh, Stitch.
Yep. Well, I mean, probably. but yeah, I don't know. But I don't have much in the realm of Borderland games. However, my final one, which I actually want to because Grim actually got me thinking about this one. So I wanted to give a shout out to this. I think the Vault Boy from Fallout is one that's a very like iconic design. Like I love how they have I may not be a big fan of the Fallout games per se, like they're okay. But one game really ruined it for me, but we're trying. But when it comes to the Vault Boy, man, they killed it with that design, with that 50s aesthetic to it. Just a really good design. I just wanted to touch on that before hitting my final one. I was sitting here thinking through a lot of stuff because I did bring up Guild Wars. I love the way that looks, but I'm not going with that. I'm gonna go with a game that is just absolutely beautiful on every world that you visit on this game, and that's No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky has such an aesthetically pleasing concept to it. Like I love everything about that game when it comes to like the graphics. Beautifully done. The monsters that are on the world, the wildlife, I guess I should say. All the way down to underwater, when you go underwater, or when you're just perusing a planet, or going through space. Like, it's just amazing. Like, they've done so much with that game over the years, and granted, it took a while to get me used to the update that they did, but I did get used to it, and I really like the aesthetics of that game. I don't know if you guys have much in the way of No Man's Sky, but absolutely beautiful. And Graham, that'd be a game we could play together. I don't think it has dinosaurs. It has dinosaur-esque monsters, I think, on there.
There's creatures that might as well be dinosaurs.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
So, but I know Ocean's played it because we've talked about it before. Matter of fact, does that have mixed reviews? Maybe we could bring that back. But yeah, that's my final choice is No Man's Sky. I really do enjoy that game. It's beautiful to look at. It's a nice survival type game. And it's got one of my favorite things to do on that game is to go and buy the S-class ships and stuff like that. So, because I have like over 2 billion or whatever, 200 billion. I can't remember how much it is. It's a lot. But yeah. So what about Graham? Do you have any experience with No Man's Sky?
I played it like once or twice, but that's really it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you want to dust it off, maybe we can play some of that sometime. I don't know, like, you know how it is. People tear me so many directions when it comes to video games. It's crazy. So, but who knows? With that, if it does have a mixed review, and this is where I'm going to do a shameless plug because why not? Ocean and I started this venture a couple months ago, a month and a half or so ago, where we broke into a brand new Twitch channel. We just went affiliate a couple weeks ago, which is awesome. But, we're more about playing literally bad games. We play games that are 100% rated like either mixed or just horrible. We've got a good track record with that so far. But we have just added recently games that make you rage on there too, which I think it's best if we keep Zombie out of those for sure. Especially with his Warframe debacle. So, let's just say Zombie, our own Zombie, has retired from Warframe for the time being. He may come out of retirement down the road, but he broke his cardinal rule, and because of that, he is not playing it anytime soon. So, that being said, I'm not going to tell you what the cardinal rule is. I'm pretty sure he mentioned it in a podcast back in the day, but that's for you all to figure out, So, but yeah, Ocean and I do this thing. We've been having some guests with us when it comes to playing our Bad Game Bros here the last few weeks, and it's been fun. But if you want to find us on Twitch, all you got to do is click that link at the bottom of the page, well, in the description. Go to either mine or Ocean's page and scroll to the bottom, and you can see Bad Game Bros. And it looks like almost like a P, well, not a peace sign, what is it? A yin yang sign that's half water and half fire, which is pretty cool. Which I gotta give designing rights up to that for our friend Princess. She did great on that, so appreciate you for that. But yeah. So with that being said, though, guys, I think we're done. What do you think?
Could have said more Monster Hunter, but I mean, it's all right.
Wow.
Oh gosh. Okay, Grim. What we're gonna do is you have a minute and 30 seconds to tell me why Monster Hunter is the greatest game of all time, and go.
Okay, so basically, it all started back at the beginning of. No, I'm kidding.
And
All
we're
right, the
out of
joke's over.
time. No.
Yep.
But anyways, guys, I hope you guys have a good week. Hopefully we'll get that Transformers episode up the next couple of weeks, but who knows? It may be on hiatus for a while. I don't know.
It's gonna be a running gag that anytime we're about to do it, something's gonna come up.
Well, it's funny because today Grim couldn't even get into the Discord with me in there. I had to leave the channel for him to actually get into the podcast channel by himself.
Yep.
So yeah, it's quite interesting. But anyways, I hope you guys have a good week. Enjoy the summer days that are coming. It's going to be 80 degrees here today, so I may be turning on the AC for a little bit. But I hope you guys have a good week. Ocean, thank you for being here. Grim, thank you for bringing up the topic that saved us. I appreciate you. And again, if you guys want to send Goodwill, get well cards to Arson, don't worry about it because he doesn't like anybody anyway. So don't worry.
He'll get under the couch eventually.
Yeah. He found a coin under the couch though, so that's good.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're out, guys. Have a good week.